Hey everybody, welcome to the next tutorial. In this I've got a quick tip for you, and what I did is I just kind of going through here, modeling some of the buildings, doing a little bit of texturing and some other things, kind of playing around with the scatter. And I did run into a little problem with the BagaPie scatter. It's just once you delete it off of that surface, it just doesn't want to go back on. So I went back over to my IA scatter, which is something I've got a full tutorial series on the Blender market for. Links in the description of every video. And so yeah, I'm just going to be using IA scatter for now because it's superior in its options anyways for the scattering. And then the BagaPie still has a pretty good leg up on assets and things like that. So I'm definitely not knocking it. Alright, so what I was doing is kind of like coming through here and trying to find a solution for all these holes. And so I've been building them out as I go. And I just want to go over that real quick. I've got a full tutorial on this on my Patreon, which will be coming soon. So just coming somewhere over here on the geometry, Shift A, drop in a circle, and then move it out anywhere in the center. And of course, scale it up to something reasonable. Don't, get it too big. And what you can do is you can jump into edit mode, okay? And this is super easy. From here, all you really want to do is hit extrude and scale. And then I'll pull up edge select, which will automatically take that center piece. Then I'll search and I'll do a grid fill. Then I'll come over and hit Control R and run that mouse wheel up a few times. Go back over into here. It's just a matter of a little bit of proportional editing, and then when you hit G, you can kind of work that in and get it pretty close. Doesn't have to be flawless because you can work all that in later, and it can kind of overlap the mesh a little bit anyways. Now that I've got that in there, I'm just gonna hit G and Z and kind of bring it down, and maybe just pull up something like the top view and wireframe, and then jump back into edit mode. And then those better results that you want take a little bit more time. And so let me roll the middle mouse wheel in a little bit more. And that's pretty good. I could turn off proportional editing at this point because it's just kind of going to be in the way. And definitely make sure that you are in the top view when you're doing this, or you will absolutely destroy the mesh. And I'll turn on proportional editing for like a couple of these things because I don't want to get a nasty overlap later. And just go around, do the whole thing, and then when the idea behind this, then when you're done and you've got that the way you want it, and you scatter the geometry, whether you're using BagaPie, basic geometry nodes, distribute points on faces and then instancing those points, or you're using IA scatter, which absolutely is top of the line for scattering. The extra loop cuts and geometry is going to be much better for you because the placement is going to be better. But in icosphere, turned on my IA scatter, and go ahead and scatter on that. Make sure I'm using proxies. If I just jump straight in, grab whatever objects I want inside of that collection. And yes, you can do layers with this as well. I'll just call this instances, turn on collections, come over, and I can just type in or start typing in instances, and it will pop up. And of course, make sure to apply said scale to, so you've got everything scaled the way you want. You can increase or decrease. You don't have to use the proxy instances or the bounding box with something as low poly as that. And then if you want, you can weight paint it. Also, don't forget about the distance minimum. It's very handy in properly placing your geometry. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial lesson.